if you find a solution to your problem, that is very, very beautiful.
Sound of Ezimiri is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie can be found on Madiba Nolly TV. Now, a quick recap of this movie is a barren woman who is trying to find the fruit of the womb for years, and obviously, the spirit goddess gifted her. Of course, the devil doesn't give you something and doesn't take something back, and if you don't pay for it, your children will pay for those sins. So that's what this movie is about. Now, I'm doing this review because I love Igbo indigenous movies, and I haven't done that on this channel before. So once in a while, I think I'll be including movies like this in my review. So yeah, that is why I'm doing this review. Let's talk about what I love about this storyline. The storyline is not new because we've seen storylines like this repeatedly. Not even that has to do with indigenous storyline or indigenous scripts like this, even though the ones that has to do with Lagos or Asaba, they have similar storylines like that. But what I love about this movie is that it's the typical indigenous, the spiritual aspect of this movie. Now let's talk about the basis. What I love about the basis of this movie, the cinematography of this movie is really beautiful. They highlighted the fact that it is current. They did not give us dark theme, they gave us bright, colorful cinematography or picture quality of this movie, and that is beautiful. Now, the length of this movie is also very beautiful. It's not exceeding 2 hours. The time is consciously being met and very put into consideration. You don't need to waste too much time watching this movie. But I particularly love how the story was told. The scenes of your mothers or fathers would definitely follow you if you have not appeased the gods practically, and that is a very beautiful story. So I really love the storyline of this movie. Another thing I love about this movie is their costume. I love the costume so much. Again, like I said, this is the first time I'm doing indigenous Igbo movie review on this channel, so I'm really concentrating on certain aspects that I really normally don't talk about when it comes to the Lagos or whatnot Saba movies. So yeah, here the outfit or the costume was really considered in what everybody was in theme with the costume wise, and I love that so much. So the costume, I love the costume of this movie. Another thing I love about this movie, let's talk cast of this movie. I love every cast of this movie. Prisma James, I've seen a couple of movies when it comes to the indigenous Igbo movies she has been acting. I think she excels more in that than the Lagos aspect or the where she has to dress prime and proper kind of act. I think she excels more in this movie indigenous part. I mean, I've done a review about is it Love in the Crown. In that movie, she didn't bring that energy she brought in this movie. If you think I'm lying, watch Love in the Crown and come and watch this movie, Sound of Ezimiri. Watch these two movies and compare her acting skills in both movies and see that the Sound of Ezimiri, she was more in character. She was bringing life to her character in this movie compared to Love in the Crown. That movie was just a bad acting. So Prisma in this movie was a character I was really enjoying. Then another character I enjoyed was the lady that the guy married earlier on. I don't know her name. She was also another character that I love so much. She always come through when it comes to Asaba or movies like this. Like, she doesn't play. I love what she did in this movie. So she was one character I enjoyed so much. Then we talk about Ugezu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, pardon me. This man is a legend. Like, this man is talented. This man is an experienced actor. So what more can I say? He was in character. I love the way he acted in this movie. Like, he was one I was also very fan of in this movie. I enjoyed him so much. Then we talk about Prisma's mother. I don't know her name, guys, so pardon me. She's also a very experienced actress. I love what she did in this movie as well. So almost all the characters in this movie, there was one thing that was on point in this movie, has to do with all the cast. All the cast were not playing. Like, go and watch this movie, you enjoy it. You know, the storylines may not be new to you, but the characters acting it will make you enjoy the movie. And this is an example of that. I particularly, the cast in this movie, they brought their A game on, so I enjoyed that a lot. Another thing I love about this movie has to do with the fact that when they were telling us the problem of the guy married, and you know, he wasn't able to reproduce or give birth because of the sin of his mother. Because of that, he was telling the story. They took us back. They were giving us a throwback. So as he was narrating the story, they were acting it, his childhood, his mother, you know, and that was beautiful. They were not just telling us the story for us to imagine how everything was just playing out. They were acting the story as he was narrating the story. You know what I mean? They were taking us back, and that was beautiful. So yeah, those are the things I love about this movie. The cast, all the cast were on board, and of course the location. You know, the location was so on point. The bush that they acted, the huts, everything was just on point. I just love the indigenous part of this movie, which obviously I'm going to be doing once in a while. So yeah, that was really cool. Now, what I don't like about this movie, I'll start with the first one, which obviously has to do with the main character. I don't know his name. He's one of the main cast of this movie. He's the only actor in this movie that I did not enjoy. Every other person was perfect for me. Sadly, I don't know why I wasn't connecting with his character. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's him or me, but I wasn't a fan of his character at all. I was imagining his character with another actor. Looking at everybody in this movie, everybody was just acting. For me, I was enjoying them, but when it comes to him, if he was playing a supporting cast, I think I would have enjoyed him more than him playing the main character. So that was something I wasn't enjoying. So the character was not a fan. Something was just off about his character, especially when he was interrogating his wife about his wife not leaving him, and the way, you know, a husband has to beg a wife and be sober. He was not acting that for me, and something was just off. So he was one character I was not a fan of. Another thing I didn't like about this movie has to do with the size. Like, hello, who are you leaving the black spaces for? I wasn't a fan of the size of this movie. Last but not the least thing that I didn't like about this movie has to do with when he was trying to commit suicide, or the way he acted that part. I wasn't a fan. And when they were rescuing him as well, that whole scene, it was a whole confusion for me. And how he landed in Prisma and the mother's heart was another mystery that I could not understand. So yeah, those were the things I did not like about this movie, and I'm going to give this movie a 5/10. It's a good storyline. The layback, the throwback, the storytelling, costume, cinematography, location, everything about this movie was very okay for me. So I'm giving it a 5/10. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick one. I'll see you all in my next movie review.